Good afternoon, yogis. I'm Teresa, and you found me. Glad you showed up today. Today, we're going to become present with our mat and sit up tall, and we're going to find our anchor today. We're going to do a little afternoon yoga flow. If you've been driving or sitting for a long time and typing this morning, now is just a good opportunity to let it go and to return present to yourself. And if you've had a bad morning or a good morning, we're going to make the rest of our day even better than that. So today, we're going to find our anchor. Our anchor is simply going to be our breath, our Ujjayi breath. I want you to take a deep inhale in. Now hold your hand out in front of your mouth and go, feel the warm breath hitting the palm of your hand. One more deep breath. Feel that vibration come across your throat. That's your Ujjayi breath. That's going to be our anchor. You're going to find myself telling you to find your anchor. That's your breath in this very present moment of where we are. Once I find my mat every day, I know I'm home. And there's nothing that I can't overcome through my anchor and my breath. It's as simple as that. So today, we're going to be mindful of our anchor, our mat holding us tight, and we're going to flow a little bit, afternoon flow, and just trust yourself and trust that your breath will keep you anchored today and keep you in the present moment from going from future to past. Come up high with your hands. Stretch that spine as long as you can get it. And then take a twist all the way over to the right. Your right hand will be down the back of your mat. Your left hand is engaged on your right knee. And you're just breathing into this twist. This supine twist is excellent for your digestive tract. Feel that breath entering your body. One more deep breath here. Return your gaze back forward. Unwind out of this. Now we're going to come up high with our hands. And we're going to twist all the way over to the left and just wake up this morning. Taking another deep breath in and out. Becoming present on our mat with each deep inhale and exhale. And let's set an intention for ourselves today. Something private, something personal. You can keep it to yourself. Just set a grounding intention for yourself today and why you showed up for yourself today. And we're going to grow together. Bring your gaze back forward. Unwind out of this twist. Now we're going to come into a tabletop. You're going to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hip bones. And we're going to push our torso forward and back. Just simply waking up the body. Noticing how the weight distributes across our wrist. Just feeling it, waking up, being present. Let's take a couple of circles here. Reverse your circle. Maintaining that breath, that anchor, that Ujjayi breath. Noticing how it feels like an ocean in the back of your throat as you maintain that. During the course of this practice today, you can put your toes to touch here, knees hip width apart, and just fold back into a child's pose, and your fingertips as far out as front as you can get them. You can float your head down to the mat here. At any time during this practice, if you need to find your anchor and your breath, return to this very present moment right here. Your mat always has you, and your anchor is always there for you to return to when you feel unstable in life. That's your breath. Come back up, tabletop. Now we're going to take our right hand all the way to the sky. Bring it all the way down. Thread that needle in that opening there. Bring your right ear to the mat and your left forearm. And we're going to breathe deep into this. No matter what's going on in my day, good, bad, little or big, my breath always holds me tight. It always lets me know I'm okay. Bring your left hand back to your shoulder, push back up, come back into a tabletop. We're going to push up high with your left arm. Then we're going to come down and thread that needle and bring our left ear to the mat, our right forearm, and we're going to fold down into this stretch. And we're going to breathe. The journey of yoga for me was definitely finding my anchor, knowing that everything I always needed in life was right here inside me. Everything you need in life is inside you as well. Take your torso back, bring it forward. No yogi robots here. Take a little extra movement here to wake it up. You can rock from side to side. If that feels good. Now we're going to do a few cat-cows and extend our spine. Drop your belly and your gaze to the sky. And then exhale. Let it go. Allow your breath to lead you. And just wake up the spine with a few cat-cows. And now let it go. Two more of these wherever you are. Good job. Reset. Now we're going to curl our toes under and we're going to meet in downward dog. We're going to pedal it out here. Anchor your hands down on the mat. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Distribute that weight through your hands. Pedal your feet by going back and forth, taking one foot off the mat at a time. And we breathe. Find your anchor. Find some stillness here for 3 breaths. And become present. This very moment is all that truly matters to you. Hitting the reset button, enjoying some time on your mat. Yoga is a journey of the self, through the self, to the self, to become oneness with self. Take baby steps all the way to your hands. Our feet are going to be hip width apart. We're going to drop our head down, decompress our spine. You can interlace your arms, rock from right to left, if that feels good. Now we're going to drop our hands back down, curl our knees in, and curl all the way up to standing Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your hands down the center line, Andale Mudra, prayer. And breathe like you love yourself. Your anchor is always here for you. And we breathe. For me, yoga's not a workout, it's a work in. Rise your hands strong. Forward fold. Come up halfway. Drop your hands to the mat. And now we're going to take our left foot back, remain our right foot forward. We're going to drop our left foot to the left knee to the mat. Top of our left foot will come to the mat. Then we're going to rise tall and stretch. Stretch your fingertips as far out as you can. Give yourself a big, deep inhale. Exhale here. Find that anchor. Drop your left hand down towards the mat. Take your right hand up towards the sky. For a little extra love here, you can come up on that toes of your left foot if that feels good. If not, keep them on the mat. Your body will talk to you. It'll tell you. It'll give you little kisses. Find your edge today. Bring your hand back down to the mat. Drop your knee back down. Toes to touch the mat. Then we're going to push our torso all the way back into a half split here. You can grab that foot. Keep a micro bend in that right leg. And with each inhale and exhale, let it fall. Find your anchor. Your anchor always has you and is always there for you to calm your storms, to remain present. We have 27,000 chances to remain in the very present moment. And that's how many times you take a breath each day. Come back forward on your hands. You're in runner's lunge. Kick back up on that left back foot. Take your hands to the mat. Kick that right foot back. Plank. Now I want you to come down as slow as you can. Chaturanga. Toes to touch the mat. And we're going to push up to a baby cobra. Good job. Now we're going to push back up, curl your toes under. We're going to lift our hips all the way to the sky. Downward dog. Stay present. Our anchor keeps us there. Take a deep breath. Drop your head down in between your arms. Let it go. One more deep breath. And take baby steps all the way to the top of the mat. This time, our toes, our feet are closer together. We're going to come down into a squat, and we're going to come up, Utkatasana, chair pose, like you're sitting in an imaginary chair. And breathe. If your legs are burning, you feel that fire, embrace it. Embrace the growth. And breathe. Now we're going to stand up, come out of that leg, come down to Tadasana. Good job. Bring your hands all the way to the sky. Adale Mudra, prayer down the center line. And breathe. Come all the way back up again. Forward fold. Halfway up, your gaze is forward. Drop your hands to the mat and drop your right foot back this time. Remain your left foot forward. You can heel toe it over a little bit to have two parallel lines here. We're in a runner's lunge. You can drop your right knee down. Your right toes will come to touch the mat. Your right hand will be on the mat, and you're going to go all the way up with your left arm. Gentle side twist. And breathe into this. Bring your hand down to the mat. Now let's rise strong. And breathe. Feel that Ujjayi breath in the back of your throat, your anchor. We're going to always reflect back to our anchor. Just begin your journey to becoming the ultimate yogi and the forever yogi that you were born to be. The first step is finding your anchor, your breath, and to trust that your breath is always here for you, to sustain you, to love you, and to hold you. Take your hands down to the mat. Push your torso back. We're going to come into that half split. We're going to keep a micro bend in our left leg here. And with each inhale and exhale, we're going to fold down a little bit further. roll back up. Now you can pop back up on that right toe if you like. Runner's lunge here. Take your hands to the mat. Kick that left foot back. You can always drop your knees here, but let's challenge ourselves. Let's stay in plank here and let's go all the way down. Chaturanga. Come up halfway, baby cobra. Now let's open our knees up, toes to touch, and let's go back to Balasana, child's pose. And find our breath, our anchor. You got this. You guys are doing great. One more deep breath here. Your forehead can be on the mat if that feels good. Roll it around. Open up your sinuses. Now curl your toes under. And let's go up to one more downward dog. Pedal it out. Notice how it feels. Become present. Make sure your fingers are as wide as they possibly can be. Distributing that weight of your body. You're pushing your torso back towards your legs. And then we're going to take baby steps to the front. Forward fold. Come up halfway. Drop it back down. Then come all the way back up. Good job. Hands to Undulate Mudra to the heart. Now we're going to set up for a tree pose today. You're going to drop down through your left foot and anchor. With your breath, your anchor. You can set up here. It's all about opening this hip flexor. You can bring it up here, or you can set it all the way up. Wherever you want to be today. You can have your hands wide. You can come down to your center heart, or you can be a weeping willow. Decide where you are today. Each side will feel different. Allow your tree to grow and be present. Your anchor is your presence. It helps you remain present, and if you fall, it's only yoga. Pedal it out and let's go to the other side. No yoga robots here. You anchor down through your right leg. Kick it up high. Bring your hands down center line if that feels good. And we breathe. And if you feel like a weeping willow, that's okay. Allow your tree to grow. Bring your hands up high. Bring your knee into your chest if you haven't fallen. Come back into Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your hands all the way to the sky. One big full body stretch here. Then forward fold. Get out of dodge. Take your hands to the mat. Feet back. Plank here. Bring it all the way down. Chaturanga. Then we're going to push back into a tabletop. Swing our legs to the side. And come on to our sit bones. Now we're going to bring our right foot and gently place it just on the other side of our left knee. We're going to come up tall, seated supine twist to the right. Your gaze is over your right shoulder, and we breathe into that anchor. And your breath allows you to stay present right here, right now. Not think about what we need to do next or what we did last, but what we're doing right now. Bring your gaze back forward. Unravel out of this. Take your right leg out. Gently place your right foot on the other side of your right knee. Your left foot, excuse me. I am human. Come up high and twist all the way around to the left side. And breathe. Into your anchor, your breath. Find your breath today, and you will always be able to find you and never get lost amongst the storms. Bring your gaze back forward. Unravel out of this. Now we're going to bring our feet halfway into our body. Take our hands, lean them back towards our body, and we're going to come into a reverse tabletop here. You're going to engage your core, your heels, your hands, and push up. And we breathe. You're going to feel like your heels are pulling off the mat towards your hands and your fingertips, and we breathe. Now release slowly back down to the mat. Take your hands, fold them over your knees, and let it go. Come out of that wrist for a minute. Good job, everybody. Now we're going to bring our legs out and come down all the way to our backs. Take your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big old bear hug. You can rock from side to side here if that feels good. Now take your arms out, stadium arms. You can drop your knees down all the way over to the right. You can take your right hand, gently place it above that left knee for a little extra hug. If your knees don't go to the floor, don't worry. Be where you are. Stay present. Notice how your body feels. Honor your feelings that you're feeling today. Find comfort where you are today. Each day we show up, it gets a little easier. Bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself that big bear hug. You can bring your forehead up. Bring your hands back out. Stadium arms, drop them down to the left side. You can bring your left hand above your right knee, and your gaze will be over your right shoulder, and we breathe into that Ujjayi breath and that anchor that's always there for us, always calming our storms, always holding us present in the present moment and reminding us that we are here. Bring your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a final hug. Reach up to your knees, drench it out. Take your feet out wide as your yoga mat. Palms to face the sky. To receive your many gifts for showing up for yourself today. Let's wiggle your toes around from left to right. Find some stillness in our feet. Feel the yoga mat underneath our calves. Feel our quads touching the mat. Come up to your sit bones. Make some final adjustments of comfort. Feel the air going in and out of your belly. Feel your chest expanding and closing. Feel your arms and your shoulders relaxing into the mat. Release the wrinkles in your forehead. Close your eyes down. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Release your tongue from the top of your mouth. Breathe here. Remember the intent you showed up for yourself today. You set for your practice. Give yourself a little gratitude for that. Pull your knees in gently, just like you're wanting to roll over on your right side. Extend your right arm all the way out. Now roll over gently on your right side and drop your left arm down behind your back. Open your heart up towards the sky and show your authenticity for what you did today in your yoga. And we breathe. Now we're going to roll out of this and come up on our sit bones, come up into a seated position. And we're going to breathe. I'd like to thank you again today for coming to the mat. If this is new to you and a new journey for you, the first part of the journey is finding your anchor and your breath. And thank you for doing that with me today. Bring your hands up to center heart or your third eye. The inner light in me honors and respects the light in you. And namaste.